Hello, everybody. Can everyone hear me okay? Hands up. This is Darlene from West Kelowna. First time doing this, so it's going to be juicy. I just want to introduce Risha. I love watching her Zooms. They're very informative, and she just handles it like a pro. She's been doing this sort of work in this industry for over 25 years now, so she's got tons and tons of experience. We could learn a lot from her. She has climbed the ladder in this industry like 13 ranks within 7 months, and that's pretty astronomical. Pretty astronomical. So she's hitting the right people, that's for sure. Partner Co is a great company to be in, phenomenal products, phenomenal opportunity. And not only is Risha climbed to 13 ranks in her first 7 months, she is currently number 4 in Canada and number 43 in the world. That's a lot of people. 43 in the world. So big hand of applause, and we're going to send it over to Risa so she can take over and show the presentation to anyone new.
Thank you,
Enjoy.
Darlene. I certainly appreciate your beautiful invitation, or rather your introduction. So grateful for that. And thank you to everybody. We're going to start. You know what? We started the recording, did we not?
Yes, yes, I
Oh,
do remember you saying it was recorded.
good. How can you tell I'm just a little all over the place today?
You know what? It's making you human, Risha. We're not perfect. Don't even try to be perfect. Just be you.
Well, if you want to hear human, let me tell you, my retaining wall just collapsed, supporting my major wall, which is probably 80 feet long, 12 feet high. So it's the other side of the
Holy.
cliff, and we are in the rainy season. So we're just a little distracted right now trying to figure out what we're going to do to save our wall. But in any case, I want to welcome everybody. Everyone has stuff going on, right? We can never predict when stuff happens. So for that reason, we're going to share with you, as Darlene mentioned, not only an amazing line of products that are going to help you get healthy, but we're also going to show you something called a plan B, because emergencies do come up, and isn't it nice to have that plan B so you can just go to the bank and pay for it and life goes on, right? Let's bring up our slides. And first, we need to do a screen share. Can you see my screen, Darlene?
I see a Zoom. It says Zoom.
Okay, we're on the right track.
Okay. It's
And of course,
trying.
it's Mercury retrograde right now. I'll be so glad when this is over. And I don't know, does anybody know Mercury retrograde?
Never heard of it.
Oh my God. Well, it's when the planets are messing up. And things that are affected are things like construction and buildings. Buildings do collapse during Mercury retrograde, hence my wall. Communication can break down. Travel situations, I've been seeing all over Google that flights have been canceled all over. Your computer won't work like you want it to work. Your cell phone won't work like you want. That's just look at the planets and figure it out. It's Mercury retrograde. It does pass over. It's only about a 2-week period that happens, I don't know, just a couple of times a year. And thank goodness when it passes, then we can all get to smooth again. So thank you, everybody. I'm Ricia Adair. I'm a Canadian. I live in beautiful Manzanillo, Mexico. You can see the picture of my wall on the right there. So as you can see, it's a pretty important part of my building. And we bought our dream home, Casa 700 Mangoes, and it's a stupid name for a resort, but you know what? You're just going to have to come here. I'll invite you up for dinner and I'll tell you the whole story. But this is our dream home. It's a mini boutique resort. We have 3 villas. I live in one with my husband and our several rescue animals. And then we have 2 other villas for vacation rentals. And this was to be our dream home, but we bought high with little backup. We had only about $50,000 as a backup, and that's not a lot of money to enter retirement. And when you rely on Canada pension, that's not a lot of money kind of thing. But the 2 villas are going to provide, right? Well, when you come into a house in the tropics, it's been unattended for 5 months. You can well imagine the pool was completely green with algae because the pool pump broke. And of course, the previous owner is going to keep paying for maintenance when he no longer owns a property. There's Salitre, a disease that eats into your concrete in the tropics. Doorknobs were falling off. We had tradesmen come and go back and forth for 6 weeks steady. My Spanish in the construction industry became so great. I learned screws and nails and hammers and all those words. But you know what? It led us to a situation of serious anxiety and major broke. The people coming to our villas had paid us earlier that fall. The money was long time spent. So we had a full season booked with no money coming in. We were so broke, we didn't even have $60 to put into the gas tank. I'm telling you, it was quite the state of affairs. And what did I do? I just resorted to eating carbohydrates, comfort foods, spaghetti, gooey cheeses, chocolate cake. I usually had 4 or 5 flavors of ice cream at any given time in my freezer. And things got real bad. I ended up with shingles that completely covered my belly. Oh, I'm getting that back here since that last person. Can we please get persons to mute their lines? Please mute your line.
Is that Linda?
The last person that face. Okay, we're gonna come on. No, we're getting feedback. Am I the only one? Okay, so I'm gonna lines here.
It's everyone.
Linda, you have to mute Linda's phone.
Hi. 1 sec.
Okay, I've got the lines muted. We're good. All right, we're good. Can someone put a 10 in the chat if you can hear me well? Put a 10 in the chat if we can hear well enough, please. Okay, good. Let's carry on. So I'm just going to throw another thing into the story is we weren't getting the title to our property and we're wondering, where's our title? So we kept calling our lawyer and he said, you know, these things take time in Mexico. 6-7 months is usually the norm. Well, now it's becoming 6-7 months and there's still no title. So I went to the notary and the notary said, we've actually closed your file because your lawyer didn't pay us the closing costs. He robbed us of $23,000. So we had to borrow $23,000 to continue the process so we can own the house. So it was a mess. I ended up with a bad case of shingles. I had a UTI for 4 months that just wasn't going away. I got a dog bite that ended up an infection. I walked that beach with Rusty. I swam in the water. I went up and down the stairs and I just got to be a big blob. So throw in anxiety and a bit of depression and I was a mess. I went to see the doctor and Dr. Tom said, Ricia, without a doubt, you have a serious case of FFB. Fat, frumpy, and broke, girl. That's what you are. And then along came that day, April 17th, 2024, that changed my life. Chris and Joni Budd, who are now #1 in Canada, they live in Costa Rica, fellow Canadians, called me and said, Ricia, we've been looking for something. We saw a system. You need to know about this system, but more importantly, you need to get on these drops. I think Joni had saw some of my Facebook posts and knew I was in trouble. I didn't have any money, guys. You heard that story. I was so broke. But I knew I needed the drops. God spoke to me and said, find a way, find a way. So I actually found 159 Canadian dollars, enough to buy 1 box. I just saw my MasterCard as I was going through some tax papers and I thought I had enough for 2 boxes, but it was really enough for 1 box. And we do have service in Mexico, out of Mexico City. So I bought 1 box. That's how I started my career with this company. And that was the day that changed my life. Joni said, we've got thousands of people who have great success with this product, the drops. So look at these testimonials. All we do is post them. Every day we share people's stories. So I began posting because what else am I going to do, right? My first day, I had the 2 posts that are on our system of growth. And then my drops came to the door. Mike took my picture and there I am posing with my drops. 59 comments on that one very post. 20 new customers came out of that deal and 6 new brand partners joined me on my team. So yes, we do have an amazing system that accelerated me to be able to now plan some goals. I said, okay, I'm onto something because never in my life have I been in a company that people phone me, contact me, message me to have my product. I've never had that in my life. I've never had messages that people say, I want to know more about this opportunity. What do you got? So I set a goal, and my goal, again, this is April 22nd. I set a goal to make a 5-figure situation by September 1st. I realized that July 15th. And I went, oh yeah, baby, I've got a vehicle here. I've got a Lamborghini. I'm going to set some annual goals. My annual goals all came through in the magic month of November. Every villa got a brand new fridge. There's my beautiful Sarah in the middle. She's my housekeeper. Now I can afford a housekeeper, a gardener, and a pool guy. I brought in the paint crews and painted the entire building. I was so happy to have a splash of color. Mike wanted white throughout, and I went, not in this marriage, baby. We're in Mexico. We're going for some color. New, efficient, eco-efficient air conditioner systems throughout the entire building. We bought Mike a motorcycle. Again, this all happened in 1 month. The big one was the pergola. That was a $5,000 project, and it was necessary because the old one was starting to collapse and become a dangerous situation. And then in December, 1 month later, came an earthquake that caused our pool to fail. And a lot of guests were moving in January 2nd. I had to do that phone call to say, hey guys, we're looking forward to seeing you here, but guess what? The pool is broken. Wow. We were able to find a crew that could expedite the repair, pay them extra to get this job done because it's high season now. We were able to reopen the pool on January 14th and update it with beautiful lighting and so on. So I just want to say this. I want to bring you back to April. I was broke. I was so broke. I didn't even have the $159. I had to find it from somewhere. And then in only 7 and 8 months, my life had so greatly changed. I want to impress upon you that had it not been for this opportunity that came to me from Partner Co., my business, the hotel resort business, would have had to shut down. So I just want to throw at you this. We're all looking for a plan B. We're all looking for something. And why not do it with an amazing company, amazing products? So let's now share other things that come true. In December, I got notification that I qualified for a beautiful 5-star diamond resort trip to Punta Cana. It was my first time to the Dominican Republic. Partner Co paid for everything, including dinners, dances, drinks, everything, including the adventure park as well. There was 178 people at this event, and I'm pretty sure that half of them were only in the company for 7 or 8 months. So again, there's so much success with brand new people. Let's go on to health. You remember that I was a mess, right? Well, there I am posing in spandex very bravely in front of you. Look at the transition that happened in my body in only 13 days. All those inches lost, inflammation, and now let's fast forward to 90 days. I lost 34 pounds. I went from size 18 to size 9. My life completely changed. Not only did I lose a lot of weight and I got back to being healthy and looking good, I got my mojo back, my self-esteem back, and I also no longer suffer from any aches and pains in my fingers, toes, lower back, all gone. I have nothing to report to you today. I'm not on a single medication. I'm 67 and I feel like I'm 35. I am just so grateful to this company. I look at that lady on the left, that was taken in Las Vegas on our way down to Manzanillo on our trip to move here. Wow, who is that fat girl and how'd she get in my computer, right? And look at me, not too long ago, I was in the Chapala district close to Guadalajara with my leader, Barbara Hoyle. It's a total different person. This product changes our physiology. We age backwards. I owe it to these guys. I'm so grateful. I love these guys. Darren Zobrist, John Wadsworth. They came together as new owners and created a company called Partner Co. We are simply better together. There's no division between the field and corporate. We are all partners together. They bought 5 companies 2.5 years ago. All companies had stellar, amazing product with international infrastructure with a long list of clients. Again, great products, clean ingredients created by doctors, backed by science. John was personally involved with one of them. And it was going down because the corporation that bought these companies was making bad decisions, adding COVID, and we had a mess. John approached his friend Darren. Together, they flew to Barcelona, met with a lot of the brand partners, and they said, you know what? Let's buy the company. And now we have this amazing company to be able to provide for the answers to what's going on in the world right now. We have a system going out there, or a planned program of systematic poisoning in the foods we eat, the water that we drink, the air that we breathe, and what we put on our skin. This 21st century problem that we have now is something that our grandparents have never seen before. We've got a serious situation here. And for this, the proliferation of sugar in all of our food products, and the fact that most of what we eat today is not even food anymore, but food-like products, right? So what this is all doing is causing a great circus inside your body, all of this hormonal imbalance. The leptin, insulin, ghrelin, and cortisol are just a few of our hormones that influence our appetite, metabolism, and body fat distribution. People who are overweight and obese have hormone levels that encourage the accumulation of fat. So we've got a situation, we've got to get our hormones back into balance. Look at this. I thought it was just because I was getting older that my mood swings were there. Low libido, no honey, I'm not interested, get away from me. Headaches, night sweats, food cravings, I need to have my sugar. I ate dessert twice a day. I was so addicted. Hot flashes, acne, insomnia, tiredness, fatigue, and weight gain. All of this is nothing to do about getting old. It all has to do with your body being out of balance. We have over 100 products that are going to balance your hormones, contribute to healthy and rapid weight loss. Increased energy. Every one of my brand partners tells me that they feel like an Energizer bunny. We've got immunity health, nutrition, gut health, better sleep. It's all there. We have so many amazing products. What impresses me is the scientific team that came along with this company. Some of these people I knew from before, and they are outstanding, world outstanding in their profession. Dr. Ray Strand is our chief medical officer. He's written many books on wellness. He is overseas, along with Dr. Joshua Plant, Dr. Pena, Brett West, and many others in their science, their scientists. 1,040 annual quality tests. There are several published clinical studies in regards to our products. Dr. Joshua Plant is the only guy I know that graduated from Harvard with a PhD with honors in 3 years. Wow, imagine that. And his name is Plant, and he works with herbals, right? So it's just perfect. Dr. Pena, he's from Mexico. He is a leader in gastrointestinal medicine, and he's the guy that hosts seminars and other doctors take notes. He created our probiotics product. He's very, very involved. Brett West, our senior director, he's the encyclopedia of Noni. We're going to hear about Noni in a moment. Dr. Crystal Vance and the Wellness Council. We have attracted so many athletes, Kristen White on our athletic council, so many wellness practitioners, and now many, many doctors as well. What excited this little girl, this little Canadian who happened to have paid her Wi-Fi bill that month, is the fact that she can sit at her desk in Manzanillo, Mexico, and do a global business in 50 markets. As you can with our system of growth, we post testimonials on Facebook. Just let people know that other people are enjoying massive success. And somebody from Italy comes along and says, hey, Kev, can I get these drops in Italy? And Kev goes, well, yeah, I'll just send you a link. The European office fulfills the order. And before you know it, you get paid next Friday. It's completely transparent. There's no international tax numbers, business licenses required. All of this infrastructure is ready and able for you. Let's talk a bit about the products. This one here, I was introduced to this product about 20 years ago. And along comes Partner Co. buying the Skincerity line. Lucim is the world's only breathable skincare mask with, well, I don't want to say healing properties, but I'm going to say healing properties, even though we don't profess to heal or cure. But this product was created by a team of dermatologists in 2005, targeted towards problem skin people, specifically burn victims. Marlene's legs here, she suffered from eczema, scratching in the middle of the night, you're not sleeping. 3 weeks of rolling on the Skincerity, and her problem is under control. Adult acne, stretch marks, signs of aging, rosacea, surgery scars. I was just in Winnipeg. My sister was on chemo medicine. The chemo medicine made her palms of her hands and the palms of her feet completely red raw. She couldn't walk. We couldn't go around doing stuff because it was too uncomfortable for her to put her shoes on. So I said, Lori, let's roll you with Skincerity. We rolled her in one night. In the following morning, her red raw feet and hands were pink. We were both blown away. I know this product works, but this is really cool. So everyone needs to have one of these Concerti in their medicine cabinet. Now's the time of summer where you get bee bites, wasp bites, mosquito bites. It's perfect for that. Great for sunburn and all kinds of old scars, battle scars. We all have those, right? Noni, oh my God. Noni, I can't say enough about it. It's the most efficacious fruit in the world. The best noni in the world comes from the French Polynesian Islands, Tahiti, because of the volcanic properties, the extra minerals, the iridoids that come into this product. And in Mexico, anywhere else, you're not able to even get close to a noni tree. Why? Because it smells and it tastes real bad. So it takes an amazing team of formulators to be able to brew for you something in a bottle that tastes wonderful. I call the noni juice my army of soldiers. It protects against my immune system, your joint health. Imagine going up and down the stairs with ease, getting in and out of your truck with ease, on and off the airplane with ease. Your cardio system, free radicals, it's all of those. The noni is one of the best products in the world. John Wadsworth, the owner of our company, was directly involved with noni. He built an international business and was a multi-millionaire earner from just one product. It's a great product. Noni and collagen, another product that I have in my fridge. It's my everyday little cocktail. So the collagen we all need for beautiful skin, but guess what? You got to have youth from the inside to go out, right? So your organs need the collagen as well as the noni. Nutrify is one of the best vitamin lines I've ever seen. Excuse me for a minute. My dog is really trying to get in and he's beating down my door. Just a minute, please. He's my faithful office assistant, this guy. So why is the Nutrify line so impressive is because you feel it. You feel these nutritions. I have been on programs before I spend my $200-300 a month, and I just hope that the big bad cold and the flu won't come. Well, guess what? It came anyway. These ones, I feel more energy. I feel like my immunity system is super strong, like a shield. The probiotics, the best in my opinion in the world, it's a slow release capsule. It has 15 strains of pre and probiotics, billions of them, even in a patented bottle, again, created by Dr. Pina, to protect the product from heat in hot countries. So it's good when you travel. Omega Q, we bring in the fish from Chile, young fish who are not toxified with different chemicals from the oceans. It's good for your brain, for your heart. Rejuvenex, in Mexico, we call it the Amplify, and this is all for your mood and your energy and your brain. Optimal M minerals, optimal B vitamins, that's for everything. Your lungs, your eyes, your heart, your bones, your blood, it's for everything. Who would have thought to take a vitamin for your lungs, right? Well, guess what? We also have Benali, which is really good for your lungs. Benali was originally intended for people with weight loss so they don't get the saggy skin. Well, it turns out it's so high in a certain grapeseed extract, organic from a special place in Italy. And also, though, too, it has high in vitamin C. So people are seeing that it's helping them with lung situations and also allergy situations. A lot of people are saying they no longer suffer from allergies. Now, when I first started, I asked Reese in a three-way call along with Chris, I said, what have you got for owies and fingers and toes? And I think we all know what word I'm referring to, right? The MOA. He said, you've got to get the MOA. As soon as you get a paycheck, Ricia, buy the MOA. So on my second paycheck, this is what I bought, the MOA. And I had a targeted reason. I had trouble walking rusty. I live in stupid flip-flops. In 3 weeks, I noticed the difference. In 6 weeks, I noticed no pain at all. The MOA has 36 superfoods, liquid nutrition. As you can see, most of the ingredients come from exotic tropical locations, all high dense in superfood ingredients. And this is what you take. It's a pouch. I love it cold. I keep it in the fridge. You drink 1 or 2 in the morning, depending how chronic your situation is. I used to do 2, and now I'm down to 1 because I don't feel it. I don't feel the owies in my fingers and toes anymore. It's so great. I love the MOA, and it's evidential very quickly. This lady had an ankle surgery that went south on her, and in just 3 days of using the MOA, she returned to pretty feet. A lot of people swear by MOA being their very special product. Now, We're going to talk about the drops and being on a low glycemic program, but every now and then you crave Italian or you want to go to Uncle Harry's birthday party. Sugar Stop is the fiber product. It tastes like mango juice. It's so awesome. You put a scoop into a glass of water, drink it before you indulge. And what it does is blocks 20% of the sugars from sucralose from spiking your blood sugar and 40% of sugars created by carbohydrates from spiking your blood sugar. So it's a must have. I keep some in the truck with me all the time because you never know when you want to go out. Now, another great weight loss product that we have is Abvantage. Abvantage is a proprietary product. You won't find it anywhere else. It increases your metabolism and burns calories 10 times more. So you're going to get leaner and faster. That visceral fat is dangerous killer fat surrounding your organs around your waist and hips. So this product will really help you with that. It activates fat burning cells in your brown adipose tissue, and it helps prevent weight regain following weight loss. The Slenderies line, wow, I love it. Pure Nourish, that's my morning breakfast. As a matter of fact, I had a couple of gentlemen here this morning that kept saying how hungry they were, so I made them a quick Pure Nourish. Blueberries, cocoa milk, non-sweetened, and voila, so good, so tasteful, and it nutrifies you immediately. In fact, it has so much nutrition that if all the food in the planet should disappear tomorrow, you have yourself clean water and you'll forever be nutrified. 18 grams of vegetable protein, not whey or soy. It is pea protein and it tastes delicious. I happen to like chocolate, cocoa here in Mexico, Power Boost called in Canada and US, and I add that to my Pure Nourish. I also add it to my coffee because I love the taste of chocolate. It's filled with minerals and vitamins. And then we have our green drink because nobody eats enough vegetables, bottom line. This is now 2.5 pounds per scoop. Put it in your glass of water, put it with your Pure Nourish, sprinkle it over your salad, and you get all those efficacious greens. Before I tell you about the drops, I want to sneak in this product because it's my favorite. Love Renew. Renew is a fountain of youth in a box. It helps combat the natural aging process to promote youth and vitality. We have, moment please. I'm talking really fast tonight. We have 2 international patents pending on this product. You can imagine the expense and complications to start that process. This Renew is the only product, to my knowledge, of its kind in the world that is formulated to trigger human growth hormone, HGH production. And we all know the story about the young teenager, his hormones are raging, right? Well, HGH not only helps with the sex drive, but it also helps promote deeper, more restorative sleep. Of course, increase your libido, stamina, and pleasure, reduce body fat, increases lean muscle. So it marries so well with the drops, promotes a youthful looking skin and hair. We actually know of men who were bald that their hair seems to grow back, and some guys who are white, their hair starts to grow in black. It's crazy. Improve mood and energy, improve cell regeneration. The ladies on my team swear because it gives you that deep REM sleep, and a great sleep tonight makes better decisions tomorrow. It tastes amazing. You put in a glass of water before you go to bed. Some people prefer to take it in the afternoon, but it is the product to age backwards. Now let's get serious, folks. Canada, the US, and Mexico are the top 3 in the world when it comes to overweight and obesity. We've got a serious epidemic that leads to so many diseases around obesity, including diabetes, high blood pressure, stroke, heart disease, and the list goes on. And again, it's all by design. The food that we eat is loaded with sugar. We're eating a lot more processed packaged foods today than we did when I was a kid. Well, the drops are going to help you. It's the tool to help you abstain from those foods, not want your sugar anymore, and crave to eating clean. Let's talk about the drops. They were created by doctors, backed by science. Over 16 years ago, they've been on the market. You're going to drop twice the weight as diet alone, clinically proven. There's so many studies. It is stimulant and hormone-free, completely natural, safe, and effective. You put a few drops under your tongue before you eat, you wait a few minutes, and then you could eat. And the other box, or rather the other bottle, you're going to take at nighttime, keep it on your nighttime stand, and just take it before bed, 2 full droppers, that's it. Now, I'm in Mexico. I just described the Mexican formula and the Canadian day and night formula. In the United States, we have the Slenderies, So again, same thing, take it before you eat, wait 15 minutes, and then you take bottle number 2 called Accelerate, which is a methylated vitamin B12. Take that twice a day, breakfast and lunch, and don't use the second bottle after lunch because it could disturb your sleep because it'll give you more energy, right? And so we have 3 different formulas in the 3 countries because of government rules and regulations, but all formulated differently with different ingredients, yet they all produce the same results. The results that I mentioned are on the Mexican formula, and we have a lot of Canadians that are enjoying the Canadian formula. And of course, we have a lot of Americans that we're going to interview tonight too, that have had the same results on the USA formula. So they all do this: balance your hormones, rapid weight loss, control your appetite. The brain gets a signal that says, stop eating now, and you stop. Stop sugar cravings, helps with migraines, better sleep, improved libido, more energy, improved digestion, controls your mood swings. So if you're anxious and you've got a lot of stress in your life, these drops are great. Clarity and memory, it lifts that brain fog, improves the immune system, reduces inflammation. So what I want to say is these drops are not only about weight loss. Weight loss happens to be an after effect because the drops were designed to get you back into balance. And when your body is in balance, miracles start to happen. There's over 1 million bottles sold over the last 16 years. Marry it up with our approved food list. Lots of proteins. You can have ribeye, you can have a salad, you can have your stir fries. There's so many things you can have. So you can see the can have is a lot bigger than the small little can't have in the bottom right. The Parksville team in British Columbia put together this beautiful buffet for us when we were there in May. All the foods on this table are part of our program. We don't go hungry, guys. The plan is very generous. We have some amazing cookbooks, some amazing recipes. Marry it up with exercise and drinking your water, and you have a new lifestyle. The weight will not come back. Let's help you get rid of those bad habits that got you into trouble in the first place. This is not a fad or a diet, but a lifestyle. Transform your body in 20 days. We're going to see some pictures how people have transformed their body, like Katie. 30 days. Look at the difference in 30 days. James LaPonce, I love this picture because the guy on the right looks like a younger brother of the dude on the left. Yes, guys, you have hormones too. 47 pounds in 4 months. Dr. Crystal lost 162 pounds in less than a year. She lost a whole person, and she has not regained that in the last 7 years. Athletes love our products as well. Their performance level goes up. Julie Park was a very sick girl when she was first introduced to the drops. Now she's sexy, vibrant. She's got it all back. She's a mother of 5, always on the go. The Hublers, Josh is a physiotherapist. He went through all the science, loves the product. Sheila had chemo treatment as well as radiation, serious situation, and she basically lost her joie de vivre. Along came the drops. Not only did she regain back her joy of life, but also say goodbye to 25 pounds. All these people have been on my calls. I know their stories intimately. Chris Bailey explained about Lyme disease, which I didn't know too much about. And the only treatment he could get from his doctors were antibiotics. Along came the drops to help Chris get back into balance and get well and lose weight. Selena, her A1C numbers went way down. She's no longer on diabetes medicine. She looks about 30 years younger. Ashley no longer suffers from night sweats and those hot flashes. Reese, her husband, lost 65 pounds and his addiction to Dr. Pepper and Oreo cookies. Chad and Anne together lost over 125 pounds. Chad was on 14 medications. He's down to 2. Jerry Wyndham not only lost 12 pounds, but he lost his shakes. He has some kind of shakes that he no longer has to hold his hand when he brings his spoon to his mouth, and he lost acid reflux, no longer suffers from that, and migraines. And I got to get my husband Mike's picture up because he says the same thing. No more shakes, no more acid reflux, and no more migraines. Colleen lost all this weight in 8 months. Look at that. Wow. Okay. We don't suffer either. The fat melts off with these drops. I love it. Sherry out in Nanaimo, look at the great changes with her. We've got Sharon Smith. My goodness, this girl is busy. She's got a couple of stores going on, boutiques, and a 3-year-old grandchild, and she's just loving the drops because she's got her energy back to keep up with it. Tammy is a friend of mine. The gal on the left, you wouldn't think that she would take the drops. Well, again, remember, weight loss is a side effect only if you need to lose the weight. It's not going to take skin off bones. But look at the difference in Tammy. She's over 50. She has the body of a 20-year-old now. Lean muscle, I'm telling you, it just changes your body. Nancy, very, very sick. She's not anymore. She just got a call from her doctor that said, you know what, Nancy, there's nothing I could treat you for your serious conditions you used to have. We're good. We're good to go. And she says, doctor, it's all about those 2 little bottles. If only the doctors would listen, huh? Wayne, her husband, lost a whole bunch of weight. He's happy. Valerie St. Jack, she's our poster child out of Victoria. Dale Rumming, my goodness, she's just so happy. She's on her way to Saskatchewan right now to celebrate her mom's 100th birthday. And her whole target was to look good for this birthday party. And Dale, you do look great. Now, it's not only about weight loss and all kinds of other things, but how about fungus on your toes? Gwen has suffered with this situation for dozens of years. You can see the transition from March to June. Healthy toes. She's so happy. Penny, a dear friend of mine, was very, very sick when I called her a year ago. She was 18 hours in bed. Her 88-year-old mother had to look after her, buy all the groceries, clean the house. Penny could not get out of bed for some certain conditions from colon cancer. The girl on the right is 2 months in. Look at the difference in the 2 people. Wow. Same girl. Barbara McCubbin, I love showing this off. She's got a chubby little belly there. Now she's in size 7 skinny jeans. But Barbara's 68 years old. Look at the difference. Look at how young she looks. I'm telling you, everybody in this company looks so young. Tiger Jaswinski, he had COVID, was oxygen dependent, got on the drops. He's now bench pressing 400 pounds. Super, super healthy and lost a whole bunch of weight at the same time. Charlene's on the call with us. And Charlene, I just love you to bits. Charlene, we're going to have her back as a special guest very soon. Charlene lives in a beautiful house along the lake in northern British Columbia. She had a bad fall and her son wanted to move her out of the house into assisted living in town. And she says, over my dead body, no way, give me 2 weeks with my drops and let's see what happens. Well, there she was. She just came from Aquafit. She's taking a picture and tonight she's on the call and she says, I just came back from my fitness class. Charlene is 78 years young. She danced across the stage at Calgary in celebration of her new rank advancement. So you know what? Not only are the drops giving our elders back their good health, but it's giving them purpose again. Charlene is having so much fun building this business and helping others get healthy. Cheryl Cook is another one, dear friend of mine. December 24th, she called me wearing that black sweater and said, I need your drops. Well, in April, she started them in mid-January because we had a postal strike. Cheryl is down now well over 50 pounds. She danced across the stage. She's 78 years old as well. So I'm telling you, these drops are giving people purpose and vision and health. It's a win. Jane Storch, dear friend of mine, known her a long, long time. The girl on the left could hardly clasp her hands because they were so swollen from inflammation. She said no to me 8 or 9 times, but I guess I didn't hear that. I'm dyslexic. I thought she said on. So I kept saying, Jane, you got to get on these drops. Look at Jane on the right, 54 pounds down. She was at a meeting in Victoria when I was recently in Canada, and she says, Ricia, I got to leave your meeting because I'm going to buy a kayak and I want to get it before the guy sells it to somebody else. So here's Jane from a couch potato to now dancing around on the lakes in her kayak. We're giving people back their lives. Leanne out of Vancouver Island, the Comox area, she was our testimony recently. Really powerful testimony. And speaking of that, we've got another great testimony coming our way. We're going to open it up to Gayle and Ed Perry. This couple I just love to bits. Look at them. They're like everyone's grandparents, right? But look at the difference in them in their aged picture on the left and how much younger they look on the right. I'm so excited to hear their story. Gayle and Ed, come forward and share with us your story. Unmute your line. Just click the little microphone. We can do this, Gayle.
Hi, Reese. We're so excited to be on your call tonight.
I'm so glad to have you. So
I'm 74.
You're
74.
Okay, you look great, girl.
Ed is will be 84 on Sunday.
Congratulations. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
My goal was to lose down to 160 pounds. And within 6 weeks, I had lost that weight. I was 178 pounds, and within 6 weeks, I'd lost that weight.
18 pounds.
18 pounds.
Wow.
In the past year, I'd had a kidney stone that was 11 millimeters.
Wow.
And had to have surgery. In October, I had a Boston Scientific nerve stimulator and that I'd had for 13 years in my back. And I had to have that removed. The day after it was removed, I had diverticulitis or hit me for a couple of weeks. And then on December 31st, I had a laminectomy surgery, S1 through S5. And then on January 3rd, 3 days later, I had rods put in my back, going from T10 down to S4. So I needed some weight changes to help heal myself. So I heard about these drops. We were introduced by a good friend of ours, Harry Wilkes. And so I began my journey on May 5th. And on May 5th, I started. And then within 6 weeks, I had lost the 18 pounds. I'm no longer taking, I was pre-diabetic. I'm no longer taking metformin. I was on depression medication for over 20 years. Zoloft, I'm no longer taking that. Omeprazole, I had acid reflux disease, no longer on that. From the inflammation in my body, from my back and other areas in my body. I was on diclofenac sodium for 13 years. I had chronic sleep disorder and was on trazodone. I'm no longer on any of those drugs. I'm no longer on a CPAP machine for sleep apnea that I've been using for over 15 years. I have more energy than that energy bunny. And by the way, I'm 74. Everybody's results may not be the same, but I'm asking you, what if they could possibly work for you to get your health back?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm excited. And Ed's got a story also.
Hey, the gallery is just clapping for you. Look at that, Gail. Wow. Congratulations. Oh, I mean, I'm so
Thank you.
okay.
It's kind of hard to follow up after that.
Okay, youngster. Happy birthday. You tell me your story now.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, my story has a lot to do with just being in this type of business. We started with Amway back in the mid-90s and have been in several different companies since then. And a lot of times I had to drag Gayle to come with me, you know. And so when Harry called me, I said, Gayle, she said, oh no, Harry just called. And so anyway, we did the presentation on Zoom, and I didn't pay a lot of attention to it, but he invited me over to Gracie's house for a meeting on Tuesday night. We got a chance to meet people that had a story to tell, and also found out the type of people that were doing this business. Made all the difference in the world. And so, and also we had her support, which made a big difference. And so I have not been on the drops, but I've been on Renew, Rejuvenex, MOA, Noni, and what's Limu? Limu. And I have lost 18 pounds myself. And plus I'm off of 2 medications. And hopefully when I go to the doctor in September, my blood sugars used to run 165 to 185, and now they're down to 120, 125. And so I play golf. I work out at least once a week, walk the dog every day. And so I'm blessed.
We're blessed. And thank you so much again.
You found the unicorn. You found the unicorn, Ed.
Yeah.
Congratulations to both of you. Wow. We're so excited. So excited. Thank you so very much. And congratulations.
And we're going to be manager at PXP.
Great. I'll be there applauding you as you dance across the stage.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
wow.
you.
Thank you.
What an amazing story, Gayle and Ed Perry. Now let's move to West Kelowna, British Columbia. We're going to hear from my co-host, Darlene Lindquist. Look at the difference in Darlene's body. So I'm anxious to hear about the story. Darlene, come forward, unmute yourself, please.
Okay, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. So
Okay.
how did you get on the drops? Like, tell me your story.
I think it's like a lot of people, it's all over your feed. And then my curiosity got the best of me. I reached out to Joni. She never got back to me. So I let it go, went on with my life. And then I was just having difficulty with work. There was nothing available. So I said, I've got to do something. Let's get back into the online business. I got a hold of Bob and Lynn because they live in the same town as me. I says, we'll do the drops later. I want to do the business now. So I started on October 9th and I got the drops on the 16th and started them right away. And I've got a huge sugar craving. I think you said you've got the same thing, right?
Not
You buy a
anymore.
box, yeah, you buy a package of cookies, and instead of having one or two cookies, I ate the whole row.
Yeah.
And it's like it kept the cravings win every time. So when I started taking these drops, within 2 days, I noticed I didn't crave sugar anymore. I mean, to me, that was just like, holy Hannah balls, this is great stuff. So I eventually lost 23 pounds. My sleep has improved immensely because I used to wake up 5 times during the night to go to the washroom. Who has to go to the washroom 5 times in the night? That's very disruptive. So now I'll make up maybe once or twice, and that's it. So I wake up a lot more refreshed, a lot more energy during the day. Between I think the drops and noni, I can actually walk up and down my stairs now because I got this nasty little thing called arthritis, which I hate. And so, like I say, with the drops and noni, I can walk up and down the stairs with my dog. I go up epic hikes up mountains with my dog. Like there's no stopping me now. You can't sit idle. You're a busy, independent person. You can't just stop.
Yeah.
So these drops and the other products have been immensely amazing, and what a life-changing difference. So it's like, I'm taking these drops, I'm taking the noni, I'm taking other products. I know how they work. It's time to start sharing.
Exactly.
And now I've signed up a guy in Burnaby, and he's got a team in Australia. It's pretty cool when you're working with people in Australia.
It happens so fast. I mean, wow. Well, Darlene, congratulations. I'm so happy for your success and for your health transitions, and looking forward to seeing you in Dallas very soon, right?
One day we're going to get to a meeting for sure. Just plucking away at it. And this business is definitely a team effort. I can't do what a team can do. So your team that you build, they're important. They're your lifeline. Treat them right. Keep the communication lines open and just work together as a team, and you will definitely go places.
Absolutely. Congratulations. What an awesome share. You know, guys, every time I interview somebody, this is a lot more than just 20 pounds. That's my new t-shirt. It's a lot more than 20 pounds because I hear over and over about the entire body staying in gratitude to get healthy again. So it's time to make a decision for yourself, right? Set yourself up for victory. We got one kick at the cat. Please enjoy life to the fullest. And your health depends on your lifestyle with your spouse. Your health depends on your lifestyle with your family. If you're feeling good, guess what? The family's doing more stuff, more camping, more this and that, right? If you're not well, then guess what? The family ain't going camping. So think about that your bubble that you're in with all the people that love you want you to be healthy so they can have you longer. It's a bit of a selfish thing, but it's really true. And Theodore Roosevelt, one of my favorites, believe you can, and you're halfway there. Everyone can get healthy with these products. Absolutely. So now your question is, how do I get the drops? Well, you can be a retail customer and purchase at the highest price, but I don't recommend that because I'm telling you, you're going to take the drops and someone's going to ask you, hey, you're looking pretty good, Darlene. What are you doing? 3-4 days that people start asking, well, why not get yourself a virtual business? It's $30 in the US, $37.95 in Canada. And you're going to be able to talk and say, listen, I've got these beautiful drops. Someone shared them with me. I'd like to share them with you. The company's going to start sending you checks. There's all the training, all the tools, the virtual apps, everything you need. And you get the product wholesale. But first, I want to talk to you about this. Most of us say, I don't want to do the business. But let me ask you, if you're a carpenter and you had a motorcycle accident or a motorcycle hit you and your arm was broken, how would you manage? Right now in British Columbia, there's critical fires going on. If your house was in jeopardy, if you were evacuated, if your house burnt down, how would you manage? If your parents got sick and you needed to be there for them for the next 4 or 5 months, how would you manage? If your granddaughter, if your child got sick, how would you manage? If road construction came along in front of your business and customers couldn't access your front door, or if that was your place of employment, how would you manage? And in the case of Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, what if you were a fishing guide, an outdoors person, and no longer can you even be in the forest? No more fishing, no more kayaking. How would you manage? Because you've waited all winter for this summer to operate your tours. Things are happening all the time. Having a plan B is no longer a nicety. It's a necessity, guys. You really need to come home with this one. So results, of course, that I'm going to share with you depends on your effort, skill set, willingness to learn, motivation, and desires. Let's talk about turning your drops into profits. When you become a brand partner, again, $29.95 or $37.95, you're going to enjoy 30% in profits because you're able to purchase at a 30 points less than retail. In the United States, there's a 4-pack, $371. You sell the other 3, make a profit of $222 and get yours for free. When I refer to the United States, you're looking at US dollars. When I refer to Canada, you're looking at Canadian dollars. So as we go forward, the Canadian 4-pack, and I'm going to tell you this, you need to be on the drops at least 90 days. Don't buy 1 box. Save your money. Don't even do it. If your focus is to seriously get your body back into optimum health, you need to have at least 90 days of product. The 4-pack is going to enable you to enjoy your 90 days. Or if it's for 2 people, that's only 60 days. We also have 10 packs available. But let's say you wanted to sell 3 boxes and recover your original investment. You make a profit of $216 and you get your box for free. Now, the system of growth I previously mentioned so easily turns into an international audience, just as Darlene mentioned. This is a screenshot of the app that we have. It's called Boards. And the board simply has a filing system where you can click on week 1 and there's 14 testimonials, week 2, 14 testimonials, text strips for drops when someone asks you questions. Everything is there for you. You just need to copy and paste, plug and play. I posted Rick and Crystal's picture together. They lost 210 pounds. You could see that my comments on my Facebook page go crazy. So your ideal goal is to get what we call the top paid position and sell or promote 30 boxes in 30 days. And that's very easily done with the Facebook presence and keeping up with daily posting. You're looking at profits anywhere from $2,100 in Canada, $2,700 in the US, and you're getting your box for free. So first thing, to be eligible to receive commissions and get your deals, you want to activate your position with 200 points. And that's roughly about 150 in the US and about 185, 190 in Canada. Option 1 again, 4-pack in Canada, 4-pack in the US. That's going to put you in an activated position. I'm going to recommend, please put the Renew into your shopping cart. It's such a great product and it marries up so well with the drops. In Canada, for a limited time going forward, we have a member pack. The person who invited you can explain these products. I've already explained many of them to you in the earlier part of the presentation. We have a business pack, and notice the point value goes up. So as you have these different packs, the elite, you're going to be paid higher commissions when you personally refer others to the program. The ultimate pack in Canada is 3 times 10 packs. It's $35.70, 30 boxes. You're looking at profits of about $2,100, and also you get to keep 1 for free. In the United States, the more you buy, the bigger the discount. 10-pack is $8.79, unit cost $88. Or ideally buy a 30-pack in the US where it's only $77 unit pack. That's my best suggestion for you. It's a $2,300 investment that in turn can roll into profits of $2,710. And I know personally several people who have, through our system of growth, marketed over 30 packs in the first 4 weeks of this company. We are voted the best compensation plan in the industry. I am living proof. I have crazy paychecks. I've never seen anything like it in my 25 years in the industry. Business for Home magazine did a whole article why our comp plan is so generous. We get paid 9 different ways. You're going to want to keep up your monthly subscription of 100 points each month so you stay qualified for commissions. What I'm saying is you need to be a product of the product. It just makes sense, right? How can you tell somebody they need to buy the drops if you're not on them yourself? So you want to buy your monthly products, try the different products that were mentioned, Noni, Moa. There's so many different ones, and the person who invited you can help you find the best ones for you. And again, you're going to save 30% in your own purchases or automatically make 30% in profit. Now let's talk about a referral bonus. Mary's going to come along and say, you know, I want to be your brand partner because I live in Illinois and I think I can get these drops out to a whole lot of people in my church. She buys 1,000 points of products. If you're at a 4-pack level, the activated, you would earn 15% or $150. If you bought the business pack, you'd be at 20%, elite 25%, and the ultimate is the top pay. It's called new volume bonus. You would receive that ultimate 30% top pay new volume bonus for the first 4 weeks of Mary's purchases. After 4 weeks, it's 15%. Most companies only give you a fast start or new volume bonus on Mary's first purchase. In our company, we give it to you for 4 continued weeks. Once you achieve ultimate, it is yours for life with our company. You don't have to requalify. Again, just to refresh you, the ultimate pack is the best. The 30 pack in US, 3 times 10 packs in Canada's is your best option. Get to ultimate, get the monkey off your back, and you're positioned yourself for the top pay. Now, Mary's going to say, I know a lot of people in Chicago. I'm going to go talk to them. In the meantime, you've talked to Henry, your brother in Toronto. And so Henry's out talking to his people at the golf club. Mary's talking to her people. As your business grows, this is a hybrid binary. So you can talk to Mary, you can talk to Henry, you can talk to Billy, you can talk to Sheila, and you can actually create up to 5 lines. And basically, as you go forward in your business, you can create more lines for your power line, which is the line that has the most activity. Maybe Mary has 10,000 points in that line in 1 week, and Henry only has 8,000. You will be paid 15% on the lesser leg, which is Henry, right? And then you have another line with Helen. She has 5,000 that week. You'll be paid also 15% on Helen. It's the most generous compensation plan in residual income that I've ever seen. As these base commissions pay you $250 US or 345 something Canadian, they put 15% aside into what is called a savings bonus. As these savings bonus accumulate, you can see in your back office the little wheel move. As it gets to $10,000, you are going to earn a $10,000 US bonus. There were several people at PXP last year that had, that's our convention, that had triggered the bonus. Friends of mine, Jerry and Allison, just triggered theirs. Reese and Ashley did. We got Kim and Eric. So many people that I know. Chris and Joni, only 8 months in, triggered theirs. Bob, Chris's dad, he triggered his in 10 months. My sister from another mother, Christy Wall, she triggered hers on the same day that I triggered mine. And you know what? I want to go back to my story. April 2024, I had to look everywhere to find $159 to get started. I was so broke. And here, 14 months in, I'm getting a massive bonus check. So I want you to put in the chat, if you got a bonus check, it triggers into about 14,000 Canadian when it rings through. And for your American cousins, we've got 10,000. Where would you go? What would you do with your $10,000 bonus? For me, I'm going to Africa at the end of January to Tanzania with my dear friend Tasha, and we're going on a safari. So happy, so excited. So put it in the chat where you would go. Now, the other thing I want to stress, which makes our compensation plan super duper good, is the matching bonus. Remember Henry, remember Mary, remember Helen. These are all people that you personally introduced the business to. They're called your first generation. So if Mary makes a matching bonus check of 500, because she's your first generation, you're personally sponsored, you would make 15% of her matching bonus check in addition to what she makes. also for Henry, also for Helen. So the more people you personally sponsor, the more matching bonuses. Mary had talked to Erica. Erica's your second generation. You would make 10% of Erica's matching bonus. So this goes down to 7 generations. And often I see the matching bonus checks equivalent to someone's mortgage payment. So it adds up very, very quickly. Another thing we get paid is lifestyle credits. Love them, love them. Renew your monthly products. Refer new customers, new brand partners, and you get points. These points are called lifestyle credits. Cash them in for these 5-star vacations. The Tahiti trip was 2024 in April, Bahamas in July 2024. I recently won this trip to Punta Cana, Dominica in 2025, and a group went to Bali. These are fabulous, fabulous vacations. And again, too, all expenses paid. So we heard it from Gayle, we heard it from Ed, we heard it from Darlene, and you heard it from me. How will you know if the products are working for you? Bottom line, you'll have more energy beyond the Energizer. 74-year-old lady that says she's more than the Energizer, right? You'll sleep better, improve mood, increase in libido. Who doesn't want that, right? We all want love. Reduction in inflammation, weight loss, inches lost. It's all about getting that inflammation out of your body, better elimination, digestion, less brain fog, boosting immunity, overall sense of well-being. You will feel these products. Plus, we have 100% money-back 90-day guarantee, but I know you'll feel them. Tomorrow when you go to work, Saturday when you go to that family barbecue, Sunday when you go to your church community, look around you because everybody in that room has every one of these. They have 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 of these symptoms. We need to reach out and talk to people. And why not marry up with, in my opinion, the unicorn in the industry? The Partner Co. is 2.5 years in. We're the 3rd most momentous company in the world. We've sold over 1 million bottles of drops in over 50 countries and markets. In the Noni itself, we've sold over 172 million bottles of Noni. We're voted the #1 compensation plan. We keep winning award after award. This company is on top. So let's wrap it up here. I need to ask you a question. Are you a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4? So the 1 is the guy who wants to pay the top dollar and buy the drops retail. I don't see any 1s in the chat. Do I have any 2s? The person that wants to buy the drops and wants to become a brand partner or also a wholesale customer just to save money. Because again, you get wholesale pricing as soon as you buy your membership and you keep up your monthly subscription. The 3 is the guy that wants to get on this health and wealth train and ride. Maybe this person wants to make an extra $500 a month, maybe an extra $1,000 a month. Do we have any 3s in the house with me tonight? And you know what's coming, right? The 4s, these are the guys that want to get on the health and wealth train and ride it big with us all the way to destination prosperity. Do we have any 4s in the chat with me tonight? You've heard my story. I was so broke and so unhealthy last April 2024, how my life is so dramatically changed. Thank you to Partner Co. I'm just so, so grateful. Where will you be when I interview you 1 year from now? What will your story be? Because the choice we make today directly connects us to where we're going to be 1 year from today. Live the dream of us, get that polka dot bikini that you always wanted to buy, that financial stability, time freedom. We're a hug fest type of community. I'm telling you, this is the best. I've been in the industry 25 years and I've never said this before that I have found the unicorn. Enrolling takes as easy as 5 minutes. There's so many great packages that you can purchase with the best-selling products. I want to first of all, thank everybody for being here tonight. Our next call is Monday, August 18th at 7 p.m. Same link every time. I want to thank our guests, Gayle and Ed. Thank you so much for being on the call with us tonight. Darlene, awesome testimonial. And you were also my co-host that I just threw you into the deep end. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of our brand partners who support the call on a regular basis. But most importantly, thank you to our guests who are here because this call is all for you. I'm going to stop the recording and we'll open it up to any questions.